Okay, everybody, happy Tuesday! Something a little different today. So it is Thanksgiving week, and since we are closed Wednesday and Thursday this week, we are doing our live today, Tuesday, instead, because tomorrow we'll be home prepping turkeys and pies and all that yummy stuff. So probably you guys will be as well. Plus, we just need to have a day off. So I think it's a well-deserved day off, and it's a ramp up for Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, which are, of course, Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving. So, but we'll have details about that and all the good stuff that comes with Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. But in the meantime, we got new fabric this week, so we have lots to show you. And then we'll talk about all of the other fun stuff for the weekend. So, since we have so much to show, let's go ahead and get started. People will come on, and we're just going to do some basics in the beginning. We'll have the fun stuff towards the end here. So we have this pretty pink cotton flannel. It is cotton, of course it's cotton. But it's a solid pink. It's like a baby pink, and this is from Robert Kaufman, and it's $10.99 a yard. We like the Robert Kaufman flannels because they just seem to be softer than some of the other flannels, and they're still a good quality. So this is nice pink flannel, solid pink. We have quite a few solid ones. There's blue and yellow and gray and white. And then we also have more of a either gender neutral or a guy type of thing. Sometimes it's hard to find that in flannel instead of, just baby, because not everyone, just wants flannel for a baby quilt. Sometimes you want it for your own quilt. I like flannel on my quilts. So we have these cozy flannels, also from Robert Kaufman, and they're $10.99 a yard. So we have a dark gray with a white dot on it, and then we have a navy blue with the white stars. So again, they can be gender neutral. They can be for an adult quilt, a guy quilt, anyone's. I think the stars would be great on the back of the quilt that I have coming up. So they're very nice. And again, we like the Robert Kaufman ones because they're just nice and soft. And one more Robert Kaufman flannel here is Stars. Now this one is geared more towards probably for the babies, but it's not pink and it's not red. I don't know what exactly to call it. A light red. A light blue and a yellow and a green. They're not brights, but they're not pastels either. They're kind of vintage, I guess. That kind of shading. They're not, super bright. But this one is $13.45 a yard, and also from Robert Kaufman. Again, it's that really soft, nice flannel. And then also from Robert Kaufman, we have this gray with a white polka dot. These are petite basics, so obviously this is from their basics line. And these are linear, but it's a nice medium tone gray with the white dots on it. And that's $13.15 a yard from Robert Kaufman. Okay, we got a lot of Robert Kaufman this week. Our ship of Robert Kaufman came in. We also have Architectures, which is a basic, so it's got that kind of hashtaggy stuff going on there. And this one is, let's see if I can get out of the light. It's a sky blue. I don't know what it's coming out looking at, but it's kind of a sky blue on maybe a little creamier type of background. We're in our own shadows, and so it doesn't really help. Probably looks green on there.
No, it looks green here.
Well, it has a little green in it, but it's really a sky blue. But this is called Architectures because it has texture in it. So when you're looking that up, just be aware of that. And that's $13.15 a yard from Robert Kaufman. And then we have a batik, also from Robert Kaufman. I think we had already gotten a few bolts of this. This is Spring Promise, $13.45 a yard from Robert Kaufman. And this is kind of a peachy pink with these purple, I don't know, like blossom branches on there. And then we also received some pre-cuts. So we've got the Jelly Roll. So it's got the really pretty pastel colors, thinking of spring. I know this is November and we're thinking of fall and winter, but everything ships seasons ahead. So we've got the pretty pastel purples and blues, going into like the peach and the yellow, There's a little bit of turquoise in there, pink, aqua. So great for upcoming spring projects that you might be thinking of for after Christmas if you need something to do, or you've been gifted a gift certificate and you want to use it to buy some nice pretty fabrics for spring projects. These would make great placemats. You could do kind of scrappy. So, okay. So those are also Robert Kaufman. And now we have Farm to Table. I believe we already had a couple of bolts from this collection, but this we're really thinking ahead to our shop tour that we anticipate is going to happen. And of course our theme is picnic party. So we're thinking tablecloths with this. You could do napkins with these. You can make some cute little placemats. Just don't let the kids think that these are real ants and start smushing them. So it's a red gingham with the little ants crawling all over it at your picnic. But this is Farm to Table and $13.15 a yard from Robert Kaufman. One more from them, and I promise we'll move on. So again, we had already had something from this collection called Imagining. A bunch of different landscapes that are in this, but this one is Fall Leaves, and these are digitally printed, and so you really get, it almost looks like a picture that's then been printed onto fabric. You can see the wood grain that's behind here, so it looks like all of these leaves have fallen on like a wood plank deck or something, but you've got some greens and golds, and you've got that kind of reddish pink in there, and the oranges. They're just very vibrant. So great for fall quilt, or if you're doing some kind of landscape or art quilt, those would be very pretty. And then we have the jungle. So you've got the ferns in there and the large palm leaves, and they've got that sheen on them, so it looks like you're actually in the jungle, and they're kind of that, you know, like waxy type feel to them. It almost looks like you can just reach out and touch them. So very pretty, and you know, different shades of green, very vibrant. So again, if you're doing a landscape or art quilt, or if you just want different shades of green in your quilt, you know, once you cut this up into small pieces, you probably can't really tell that it's leaves and ferns. You just get that green color in there. So other uses for it besides just landscape. How big the leaves are. So here's my finger. They're about that big. I don't know how else to show you. I don't know, that big, 1.5 inches maybe. Some of them are bigger, 2 inches. Hard to fussy cut because they all overlap each other, but you could, you know, you certainly could. If you wanted a specific color, you definitely could do that. Okay, so moving on from Kaufman, we have from Paintbrush Studio, and we don't get a whole lot from them, but they have really cute fabrics. This one is a basic called Waved, and if you get up close, you can see it's got these little, they look like almost little stitches or just little dots that are kind of in wavy lines. Great for practicing your free motion quilting, just kind of follow a few of those. But we have a variety of colors, and you'll notice that they're kind of a more muted tone. So we have this kind of butter yellow. I don't remember what these were all called. This is kind of a peachy, apricot-y kind of a color. This is probably like a sky blue. Again, we're in our own shadow. Sorry, we've got to not do this here. Pull the table out. This one is called red, but it's not red. It's like an orangey. Let me put it next to white as opposed to. Yeah, it's, you know, it's like a, and they're all tone on tone. So this lighter color is almost, I don't know, not pink, but it's just, it's a light red. It's not, you know, it's not a deep red. It's not a Christmas red or anything like that. And then you have an orange, which is not as deep as a pumpkin orange. I know. How many ways can we describe orange? And then you have white with gray, taupey gray. It's not as gray as what it looks like. And you know, these things aren't as deep and defined as what it looks like on camera. But it's kind of a taupey gray. It's not a true gray. And then you have a blue. It's, I don't know, a country blue, I guess you could call it. You know, it's not a true blue. But these are all very nice blenders, so they'll work well with anything that you have going on. You just need a little something. You know, the white with the gray would make a fantastic background if you want some movement in your background, but you don't want a whole lot of pattern going on. It'll just kind of give you that movement there. So again, this is called Waved, and it's $13.80 a yard from Paintbrush Studio. And then we also have Be Mine from Paintbrush Studio at $13.80 a yard. Now I'm going to turn these. The flower is not directional. This particular flower is not directional, but the other two are. It's, I don't know, a mustard yellow. I would, yeah, kind of a goldy yellow. With these cute little, you know, little flowers on there. Some have leaves, and they all have a little colored center on there. So very pretty. And then we have the tulips and the flowers on stems on a blue background. And again, you know, they are directional, unfortunately. And then we have the bees buzzing around, so they're directional in that they go one way or the other. You know, I wish they were tossed. But this would be a cute border. It could be a cute little pillowcase for a little one. All of these, you could put all three together and make a 3-yard quilt or a cute little pillowcase. But these are Be Mine from Paintbrush Studio. And just arrived today is Ambrosia, and I'm thinking that we were on a fruit and veggie and drinks kick at one point because we seem to be getting a lot of these right now. Or the vendors were, or I don't know. Again, we try and think ahead to, you know, the seasons and what we're going to use them for. I don't know what we're going to use this for. But Ambrosia, and it's $13.45 a yard from P&B Textiles. So this is reminiscent of like pink lemonade. So it's on kind of a peachy, apricot-y background fabric, and then you've got the bright yellow lemons. Some of them are cut, and then you've got the cute little ladybugs on the leaves, hopefully eating the aphids. Those little things are destructive. And then the little white blossoms. I assume those are lemon blossoms. I don't know, whatever blossoms on a lemon tree. And we have this really tiny gingham, green gingham check, which you gotta like pull back from that.
Yeah. Well, the colors.
I know. It's a fairly bright green, but it does go with the line. And then we have the cocktails that you can use your lemons in with the little, I don't know, herbs, mint and rosemary. I don't know what all goes in cocktails because I don't really drink very many. But the little bubbles going around and the different kinds of glasses, the martini glass and margarita glass and whatever those are, sangria. I guess you make sangria in these. And these are all on a creamy, beigey background. It's like a real pale beige. And then we have fruits and veggies. So you've got bananas and strawberries, lemons and oranges, a cut apple, you got pineapple, looks like a cut orange, avocado. It's escaping me right now. Pomegranate, like the one that you get the seeds from. And these again are all on a tossed background. These are tossed on a tan background. My brain is tossed. See those little drinks there? I had one of those earlier. I called these peaches. I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're peaches or apricots, but I called them peaches. So someone can correct me if they know exactly what they are. I looked it up and it didn't say. But it's got the pink little blossoms on there and then these little butterflies buzzing around on them. And they're all, again, on a tan background. So these would make really great tablecloths, table runners, placemats, aprons, mug rugs, bowl cozies, and lots of things for the kitchen, or if you are into making those kitchen scarves, with the thing that goes around your neck and then it's got the towels on the end so you can wipe your hands. If you've got someone who's a chef, they'll know exactly what those are and they'll love you if you get those. So, you know, lots of kitchen applications for these, lots of projects that you could do with these. And then the drinks are just great. It makes you thirsty. But again, it's called Ambrosia, $13.45 a yard from P&B Textiles. Okay, and last but not least, this was the oddball of the group. This is Urban Farmhouse 2. They're $13.15 a yard. These are from Primitive Gatherings from Moda Fabrics. And yes, we know that this is outside of our wheelhouse, but we also understand that a lot of our customers use these type of things, and these types of colors are also great for home deck items. So if you're making a tuffet, or you're making a pillow, or you're making curtains, or you know, something that's going to go in the home and you want it to be, you know, fairly neutral. We do have a lot of neutral things. So these kind of tend more towards the grays, kind of a taupey gray. So we have the main floral here, and they're, you know, fairly spread apart. So this could be, or it could be a border. And then we have the little, it's the little tricot dots. You know, so 3 little dots that create the little triangle. And these are on a kind of a medium gray color, but they kind of tend towards a little taupey. And then you have the cream with the little triangle dots on it. And then we have the gray with these little, I don't know, like little berries on branches. Also on kind of a medium gray. So you could do a, you know, very chic 3-yard quilt with these, or add them with some of the other things that we have. They do go with some of the other things that we have already in these colors. I think there's something called Home and Maryland that would go really well with these. So that again is Urban Farmhouse 2 from Moda Fabrics. Okay, so that's all of the fabric. Now we're going to get to Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. So I'll be sending out an email tomorrow with all of the details, but we'll go ahead and give you guys a sneak peek. So Black Friday and Small Business Saturday are this coming Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving. And so these are the deals that we're going to have. So this is going to start online and in the shop. So online it'll start at midnight on Friday and then go until midnight on Saturday. Well, you know, Saturday night. So you early birds can go online and get your stuff there, but in the store it'll be, you know, shop hours. So it's 20% all off of all of the regular price fabric on the bolt. So that's, you know, most everything in here, but it's a half-yard minimum cut. That's both online and in store. And then 20% off of all the regular price panels and cut fat quarters. So that's the fat quarters that we already have cut here in the shop, you know, that are on top of all of the little displays and all the panels that are hanging. What does that say on the bottom? I can't read backwards. Quarters. Okay, 25% off of all of the pre-cuts. That's the 2.5-inch strips, the 5-inch squares, the 10-inch squares, and the fat quarter bundles. So that's the fat quarters that come usually pre-bundled from the vendors, not bundles that you come up with yourself and tie your ribbon around. And there is no limit to those, so if you want to get 5 jelly rolls, go for it. Have at it. They'll all be 25% off. And then 40% off of all of the Halloween, fall, and Christmas fabric on the bolt. Again, a minimum half-yard cut on those. We do have holiday pre-cuts, but they are included in the 25% off pre-cut category. So the holiday pre-cuts are not 40% off. They're still going to be just the 25% off. But again, if you want 8 fat quarter bundles, have at it. They'll all be 25% off. So again, this will start at midnight on Friday and will go until 11:45 p.m. really on Saturday, online, and then in the shop Friday 10 to 5 and Saturday 10 to 4. So those are the deals. Now, in addition to, you know, what we do, Old Orchid is doing something new this year. It's their first annual Shop Small Saturday. I don't know what they call it. Small Business Saturday. But what they're doing is a whole town event. So they really want to encourage you guys to shop our local businesses that are right here in town. So really this is, obviously for the locals, not for our out-of-town customers, unless you want to come up and visit us, because, we would love that. But all of our local shops, plus places that maybe they're like a home business and they don't have a brick and mortar shop, they do it out of their house or whatever, they'll have little pop-up places I think they're going to be at Deja Vu Antiques or somewhere in that area. They'll have like a little a vendor market. So for people who don't have a physical shop, but they want to still be able to sell stuff to you so that you can support them, because they are still a local small business as well. There's supposed to be food here. I think there's, a couple of food trucks, 3 food trucks. Plus all of the local businesses are also participating in this. So what you'll do is, I think there's going to be a main, like a main place down, it's not California that way, it's Broadway. Down like by Deja Vu Antiques. I think that's kind of like the central meeting area. You're going to pick up a map and then a little passport. I believe that's what they're doing. Go to all the different participating shops, or go to all the little shops in here. You get a little stamp on your passport and you turn it back in, and then you're entered into the raffle. And the more shops that you visit and get the stamp for, the more entries into the raffle. We have put some in the raffle baskets. So some of them are individual items and some of them are combined like baskets. We donated a quilt, a very nice quilt. So there's lots of good things. I'm sure that there's, gift certificates to the restaurants here, product from the salons, and, just things like that. So, it's all going to be local. So they're going to make really good gifts for, the people that you know. Support your local town. When you support a local business, that money usually stays right here in town. It helps someone go to school, it helps their kids go to school, it helps the sports in the community. I mean, it just usually stays right here, in the place that you live in. So it's really important, especially now, to support your small businesses. So that's going to be Saturday, but of course our deals are also on Friday. So if you don't want to, come to the crush on Saturday, which we hope it won't be a huge crush, but if you want to kind of avoid a little bit of that, you can come on Black Friday to us. We'll still have all the same deals on both days. Okay, any questions or comments? Anything to add from the peanut gallery? Okay, so just remember, we are closed Wednesday and Thursday, but we're open regular hours Friday and Saturday. We will be here with our smiley faces on, ready to greet you and help you cut all of your fabric for your wonderful projects. Assist you in getting gifts for people. So if you need help getting a gift for someone, we'd be happy to make a recommendation. So anyways, we look forward to that. And then next is Christmas. And next week we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program, back on Wednesday at the normal time. So, and back with, the classes and all of that kind of stuff. So, alrighty. Well, happy Thanksgiving. We hope you have a wonderful and safe holiday, and we will see you here on Friday and Saturday. Bye.